Okay. Record. Okay, so the question that we had is what you need to work on as a team. So first of all, we wanted to kind of clarify what a team was. So we defined mission team to us. So we have just like a list of adjectives. So one is endurance, another is encouragement, and then we also related it to Nehemiah chapter 3, where it's kind of they work like they didn't mention any disharmony or any like breakup between each person as the workers and builders. So they work through the hardships and the disharmony, right? So they work together as a team. And like a team to them is also like we also related to our mission verse, which is Romans 15:5 to 6. And that basically talks about harmony. And so a mission team to us is like encouraging each other and like enduring through the hardship and working together. And then like that to the general question is what you need to work on as a team. So um, one thing we had was having the same goal, being on the same page slash vision. So it's kind of like, I mean, we all have like a goal as going to ICM, but it's actually having that relationship between your team members and as a team to work together and be able to function. Because you can have a mission, but if you don't work, then you're kind of pointless, you know. So having the purpose and being able to actually do it is really important. And yeah.
That was good, okay? Well, now it's your turn to listen to the argument, okay?
Do I have to stand up?
Yeah, just face the camera.
I think everyone's here though. Anyway, so we talked about some things that we look in our past experience, what made us think that we enjoyed working with this team. So first off, we talked about discipline. So just in general, discipline, self-control, that kind of stuff. Doing things on time, doing things what we're supposed to be doing. And then number 2 and 3 are close together. We talked about openness and trust in how we interact with other members on the team. So definitely openness in presenting ourselves and also facing other people when we have conflict. And also trusting in each other that we all have the same goal and same vision. And then lastly, we also talked a lot about conflict because I think in every team there's always going to be conflict. So we kind of talked a little bit about conflict resolution, what we thought would be good if we face conflict. So one is compromise, 2 is sacrifice, 3 is forgiveness, especially even though it's so hard, trying to forgive a person, maybe even before we try to talk to them. And then we also talked a little bit about what happens when we feel that we're both in the right and we both have the right intention. And I think there needs to be a lot of love. And again, it goes back to the openness and trust in that person. Yeah, and we talk about it. So we talk about the conflict.
Okay, I think both groups came up with really good, you know, elements to have an effective teamwork. Now, for the second round of discussion, let's make it more like situational. If there is somebody in your team or in your group that you find not cooperative, okay, what are you going to do in that situation? How will you handle that situation? Okay? So at least when you talk about this, you should have like something where all of you can agree together so that if this really happens, you know, might not happen. That's what we pray for. But if such thing happen, how would you handle it? You know, like somebody's not cooperative, somebody's not really participating. Okay, how would you handle that situation? Okay, so I'll give you maybe 5 minutes to talk about it, and then share your findings. Okay, go. 2 minutes, and then we'll ask the co-leader this time to share the co-leader. Okay. Then go.
Wait, what?
And then Mike, yeah. Share what you have shared in the group. Okay. How would you handle?
Hello? Oh, this is on. They can hear me. They can use their, the camera? Hi. Wait, so I guess in general, like what we like concluded was like anything that stirs up like any tension in the group or like that affects like a lot of members in the group, like the person who sees it would like go and talk about it with the leader to like get another opinion, just to make sure like it's not in their head or they're making it personal. So it's like talk to the leader about it, get another opinion, and then like go with the leader or like the leader by himself or herself, like go and talk to the person causing it, like gently suggesting like not like pointing fingers or anything. And then we also said that like when you're confronting the person, like don't make it like a team to one person thing or like half a team to one person. Just make it like more like one-on-one or like two-on-one, so it's not as like uncomfortable and confrontational, and the person won't feel as like attacked.
Yeah. Also, once you see a problem, don't assume responsibility for it. Try and talk to one of the leaders and see that if you see a problem, make sure that it's just not you, it's other people who see a problem as well. Like, let's say Janet sees a problem in me. She's like, yeah, okay, but basically keeping an unbiased mind towards other people is important. So that's why getting another opinion, especially one of the leaders, is important to make sure that this team will work properly. Yeah. Yeah.
Anybody wants to ask from the team?
I think before we say anything, we should pray about it and to ask for God's guidance before we say anything.
Okay, that's important, right? You have to bring it up first in prayer to the Lord. Okay, Mike, your turn, and then anyone else can add. Yeah, when you went over.
Oh, okay. Um, so I guess what we came down to was that if someone isn't cooperating or is having a problem, then there's probably some kind of like a reason why that they're not cooperating. So I think the very first thing that we would do is we would approach them and ask them if anything is going on. And then I think the biggest thing for us is to be understanding instead of just always rebuking someone and pointing out that, it's inconvenient, because what we really want to accomplish here is a unified team, and so we want to make sure that we stay together. Okay, and we also think it's really important to ask the person what's going on, how we can help them, and definitely always pray for them. Also, we'd have to agree with like Matt and Janet, because if people on our team see a problem with other people, then they shouldn't just like assume responsibility. They should first, go to a leader to make sure like, yeah, there's like an actual problem that other people can see, and then afterwards you should pray about it. Yes, that is it in a nutshell.
Anyone else want to add to that? Okay, Ashley? Oh, yeah, okay. So, do you like the idea like you go first to the leader and maybe talk it over with the leaders if there is any problem or issues with the group, rather than, you go immediately to the person? Okay, so remember that. I think that would be good to remember in a team. Okay, so we're hoping that nothing like that will happen, right? But we're just preparing for, if anything, any issue would come out like that. Okay? All right, now let's do the personality test. Okay? And each of you will do it. So